let's talk the NBA.
Okay.
And Rob G, I do want you to jump in because I don't want people to think that I'm being mean to Bronny James. Okay. So Rob G,
what are they supposed to think?
It's been a rough go for Bronny James in the NBA preseason so far. Rob G, can you just run down his numbers, please?
Only because you asked, Rob.
Thank you.
Bronny James has played in 4 preseason games with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Here are his stats across those 4 games. 2 for 16 overall, that's 12.5%. 0 for 7 from 3, a total of 4 points, 5 turnovers, and a plus-minus of -40 in 44 minutes of action. Things have gotten to a point where, ahead of last night's game, which again, he went 0 for, ESPN asked him after practice, how are you feeling physically? How are you feeling, adjusting to life in the NBA? And here's what he said. Just going out there, getting reps is the most important thing for me right now. Grow my confidence, be more confident while I'm out there playing because I feel good physically. The numbers could be better, but I just got to get my confidence up. 3 different times stressing the importance of getting his confidence up.
Yeah, I get it because he can't be that confident. It doesn't look good so far. And what's his? Did you do the plus minus?
Yeah, 40. Minus 40 right now.
Minus 40, which is the worst, right? In of all the NBA players.
It ain't good.
No, not at all. And I'm just gonna say this. And I I've seen some former players sitting around on the couch talking about blaming the media that how are we criticizing a kid? He's in the NBA now. He signed a pro contract. So let's stop all that. And then I don't understand. They make a big fuss over a guy voted the 55th pick, but they're doing a segment on a guy who's on the 55th pick, okay? Let's not act like he's just any old body. He's LeBron James' son. And when he goes to play for the Lakers, he's not in Charlotte, where his dad was a mechanic, and nobody knows who he is, okay? Stop it. This is LeBron James' kid. LeBron James, the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Guy who's been to 10 NBA finals. You think there's not going to be conversation about LeBron and then the first father and son team in the NBA? Come on now. Let's not be dumb and act like the media is overdoing it. Okay? It's a big story. Would you agree with that?
It is. You could argue right now, I don't know if there's a bigger story in all of the NBA. There will become storylines, obviously, throughout the season. But right now, it's the biggest story in the season.
And Kelvin, I'm going to tell you. Right here, right now, just looking at how he looks, looking at the stats, looking at what's going on, Bronny James is Jeremy Lin without the epic 2 weeks. That's how big the hype was for Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin went out there. Remember, he's on Sports Illustrated cover back-to-back weeks. And then, of course, he disappeared. And I was in New York, I remember, after the Linsanity. And then a month later, everything was 75% off at Modell's, a sporting goods store in New York. I'm just telling you.
Right.
That's how quickly it went. And I say he's Jeremy Lin without the epic 2 weeks from the hype about this whole situation. And he hasn't lived up to it, not 1 ounce. Kelvin, he had a chance to silence everybody and all the critics if he played decent. Not star, played decent, and then you could go, he's playing like the 55th pick in the NBA draft, and whether it's LeBron's son or anybody else, he's just playing, he's a player. That's it. That's not what he looks like. And that's what's giving people the ammo to be able to put a target on this kid's back. I feel bad for him because I think it's added pressure, obviously because of his dad, obviously because people don't believe he belongs there, and the only reason he's there is because of his dad, and then to get off to such a bad start, a minus 40 in the plus-minus category, can't make a shot, like you're not doing the other stuff that you were named, that people were trying to give you credit for, like you look lost out there, and this is not coming from Rob Parker, the sports writer for 40 years. Go listen to the GMs and the scouts and the people, this is their business. And they're the ones saying this kid's not ready. He does not believe he should be in the G League. He should be learning, developing. He played 1 year at USC, came back from cardiac arrest, And they're saying this. This is not me.
Yeah. First of all, he's not ready. That's a given. Like, I don't think anybody actually thought he was ready. I don't even think he thought he was ready, but I think he took the opportunity. And by he, I mean he, the Lakers, LeBron, they took this opportunity because they see it as something that may never happen again or maybe won't happen for another 25, 35, 40 years. And they took an opportunity. They said, here's with the 55th pick, we're going to take a chance on a kid who really isn't in the best shape at that time, especially coming off cardiac arrest. And but this is an opportunity to operate on the business end of things, right? Just the celebriton of it all. And let's pick him up, and we'll do a favor to our LeBron James, our best player, been our star player for 5, 6 years or so, whatever it's been. So he absolutely is not ready. No one disagrees with that. And I'm actually blown away that people have expectations for him right now. He came off a cardiac arrest, didn't even play a full season. And I don't know who is expecting him to be good or be great. He's still developing. He's still finding his way, getting his legs underneath him. And then, he's got to learn it in the NBA. He's absolutely going to be in the G League. He's going to play a game or two so they can have the big moment, so he can be with his dad, so they can celebrate.
I'm not convinced of that.
And then he's going to go.
Absolutely,
he's going down to the. It's not even a question he's going to the G League. They want to make sure this thing happened. He played with his dad. They'll forever have this moment. His arm over Bronny. He maybe throws him a pass, he hits a shot, or he throws his dad an alley-oop.
What shot?
Yeah, well, I said maybe. And they'll have that. The Lakers will have that. The James family will have that. And then he's going to go down to G League for probably 80 to 90% of the season. Maybe he pops back up at the end of the season if he plays well. He has to get better. He has to grow. He has to get his confidence in. He has to go beat up on some of the G League guys for a year or two to get better before he gets there. Absolutely, he shouldn't feel that confident because he's playing against grown men who are really good, the best in the world. And they're hungry, and they're trying to get more money. They're trying to get a better position. They're trying to get more playing time. So he absolutely is not going to shine right now. And I defer with the Jeremy Lin because that was a massive story. And huge. It took up everything. I think this is a really cool story.
No, it's a big story.
But I don't think people are as invested as you think. Like, Jeremy Lin was invested. He was going at Kobe. He was bugging buckets on Kobe.
Yeah, but that was only for 2 weeks. My point is there was a hype, and then it came crashing down. Here,
I don't think there's been a hype.
Yeah, there's a hype that
I genuinely don't believe. I think there's been an interest, like, wow, this is the first, but not a hype.
There have been a lot of conversations about it because it wasn't like they felt like he made it on his own merit, and that's the part. So that the kid isn't living up, and I'm not talking about being a star. That's not what I'm talking about. Second round pick. But he does not look like he should be in the NBA. And that is where all the critics, all the other fans, and people have been saying that this was orchestrated, that the shame on the Lakers for doing this is an all-time great franchise. They don't need this whole idea of them selling tickets. The Lakers don't need to sell tickets. There are no empty seats, okay, at crypto.com arena. People are going to go to a Laker game.
Without a doubt.
When Smush Parker was playing, they sold out. You know what I mean? The arena. No one is not going to not go to the Lakers. So my point is, he could have changed the narrative by just being a decent player, and instead it's the absolute worst scenario. So that now people, and he just talked about it, his confidence not good, and now people are going to be jeering him. And these moments, you know what I mean? Yeah. And social media.
I don't think the jeering will be as bad as you think. I think the jeering will be there because he's Bronny's kid for sure. But I guess I feel like
LeBron is a polarizing figure.
So I agree with that. So he's going to get jeering. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, no one really thought he was that good. No one's thinking, and not that he won't become a solid pro and maybe have an 8-year career as a 3-and-D guy and, and be on some championship teams as far as being a contributor. No one is like, man, he's an all-star. Even before he even went to USC, everyone was saying Bryce is the one. Everyone's saying the younger brother's better. He's bigger. He's about 3 inches taller. So I think more eyes will be on Bryce once it's said and done. Did he not catch it? I was going to say that was an amazing catch by Mookie. He had it. But I just look at this as, again, I think people are excited for the opportunity to see this, something that's never happened. I think if you're the Lakers, it's not that he's as if this crypto wasn't going to be sold out, but they're in the business of this is showtime. They're in the business of Hollywood.
How is it
stories,
how
L.A.
If he's going to be in the G League? I just so this is
Because
for one night.
Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington
You tell me
are talking
for
about.
one night.
I genuinely
believe this for one night.
Maybe 10 total.
Rob G, you're a
10
Laker
total.
fan. It's going to be one night.
10 total throughout the whole season.
It's going to be one night.
He's
it's
going.
one night.
He's going to the G League so fast. They're going to
He'll play opening night. Won't see him again until
end of the season,
end of the
maybe.
season.
Yeah,
you guys are crazy.
absolutely.
LeBron
because
is not
it's a
letting it go.
win-win.
They're going to say, my kid is going to learn by being around
No.
J.J. Redick, being around LeBron. Yes, not going to the G League with people who may never make it to the league. It's going to be up with the big club, with J.J. Redick, with the Lakers
I'll see you in the
and
spring.
LeBron.
I wanted to play with my son. I didn't say I need to play 82 games with him. I'm going to play the first handful of games. We'll have a moment. We'll get to play some defense together. Maybe we get a steal, get on a fast break, throw it off the glass to Pops. Then he's going to go to the G League, hopefully develop, hopefully get better. He'll pop up for a time or two, and then he's going to maybe come to that playoff rush just so he's a part of the team, even if he's on the bench in street clothes. The whole point was to play with his son. Not necessarily play with my son as if he's a starter or if he's a sixth man. He just wants to be a part of this, experience this with him. It's never happened before. LeBron is continuing to blaze his own trail. You're not going to let me beat Jordan. You already won't say I can beat him. Then let me start to do it my own way, in different ways, and do things
His
that never
son
been
playing
done.
ain't going to be Jordan
Just
either.
add
I
into
want
a
you to know
narrative
that.
of what I'm saying. LeBron at this point realized there's a bunch of people will say I'll never be Jordan, and other bunch of people will say I'm either the best or I'm right there. Let me continue to do things differently. Go to different franchises and win. He's done that everywhere he's gone. He's won a championship. So I look at this as an opportunity for the James family, once in a lifetime. Why wouldn't you want to play with your son if you had the opportunity? The Lakers are saying this is going to be headlines. Everybody's going to talk about us. We'll be on everything. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington can talk about it. Then we'll send him to the G League, and hopefully Bronny will get better. So that's where I think he absolutely needs to work on his confidence, too, because he's getting ready to go up against pros. He's never done that. He wasn't even killing them in college. So more on that, 877-99 on Fox. Where do you come out on this? Obviously, he's got a long way to go. Bad move, doesn't matter. Where are you on this?
And is it time to admit that Bronny James is just Jeremy Lin, minus the epic 2-week run?
Not at all. I was having a conversation about Bronny James, who said flat out that, look, he's lacking confidence right now. He's got to get his confidence up. One other thing, Rob, we didn't hit on was LeBron saying, now this is one of those, I'm a LeBron's biggest fan, but I can also keep it real. Bron, stop. He's like, y'all go ask him. He's a grown man. Like, you knew you were going to get a bunch of questions regularly with your son being on your team. The first time it's ever happened. So he's like saying, stop asking me stuff. Go ask him. And I'm like, okay. Like,
Right.
we have the NBA season haven't even started yet. And you're already talking about that. Like, you're going to get these questions, Brian. Relax a little bit.
Let's do it. 877-99 on Fox. Jeremy Lin, Bronny James.
I can't believe you compared the two. Stop. I'm on team stop it already.
All right. Raphael in Cincinnati. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
What's going on, good brothers? A great conversation as always.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's a bad look. Like the guy dripping in Gucci from head to toe, coming out of the bathroom, at the tissue underneath the heel.
You've been to Vegas a few times, huh?
Bad look. And it's all generated by LeBron. I mean, Bron is a bad man, okay, arguably the GOAT. But the amount of putting his son into this position, to me, is the epitome of selfishness on LeBron's part. Sure, he loves his son. He wants his son to do well and everything like that. But putting him, this is all Bron pushing Bronny into this position. I can't see any other NBA player, Alcindor, Bird, Magic, or George, or any great player, even Mutombo, the late great Mutombo, he didn't push his son to join him to play on the same team on the same court in an NBA game.
No doubt. Hey, Raphael, your phone is
Yeah,
so
you Raphael,
choppy.
phone a little choppy, but we get your point.
Sounds like you're frying chicken in there.
You're frying chicken is somewhere. He was on the first cell phone ever created. Come on now.
Let's go. All right. Hey,
We want to
Josh-
hear what you had to say, Raphael.
Yes, thank you. Josh in Arizona. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Josh?
How y'all doing? Thank you for letting me on.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem. What's up, Josh?
3 points of emphasis. One, Bronny's making $9 million, and I think he's on a 3-year deal with last year on a team option. So no more of this. He's a kid, and we can't criticize him. That's over.
That's fair. That's fair.
Those are those players
That's a fair
who
point.
are afraid to criticize anything LeBron does. That's why I just have an issue with that. You just said it. He's a pro player now.
Without a doubt. And LeBron himself has just said he's a man, go ask him. So it's like, all right, you're not A, he's getting money, and B, LeBron even said it. Go ahead, he deserves it.
And I have to disagree with you, Calvin, on my second point. Even though I'm glad the kid was okay and he healed and he's able to play from the cardiac arrest, Bronny had never shown before that at any point in high school, AAU, any point that he was a professional athlete or he was going in that direction. So the cardiac arrest to me did nothing. It did nothing towards his game. And when people try to use that necessarily, I'm like, that's not.
Hold on, now let's be fair. I actually agree with you, by the way. I don't think there is no point where I looked at Bronny and was like, well, that's a top 10, top 25 pick. Let me be clear on that. I am not acting like that. And so the only thing I will disagree with you on is the fact that anybody, I don't care if it's LeBron, having a cardiac arrest is going to slow you down. That's what I'm saying about that.
But in reality, it actually helped him from the standpoint of, like, people giving him the benefit of the doubt because he had to come back from that. You know what I mean? Because he didn't play that well.
I
at
hear
USC.
you, but I'm just
He
saying
only averaged
from a physical standpoint.
No, but I'm saying, like, after that, to even come back and play, people could say, well, of course he averaged 5 points. The guy had a cardiac arrest.
He was on the trajectory for this to happen regardless. Cardiac arrest, no cardiac, meaning because LeBron said he wanted this to happen 2-3 years ago. This was going to happen regardless. So